Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Day week and special thanks for joining today's service. This is the annual autumn memorial service for 2020. With this service, we also have the 100th Day Memorial Service for the late Reverend Katsuhiko Otsubo. I'll be telling you more about him in today's sermon. Since the annual Spring Memorial Service, we have had 6 newly departed souls related to this church. Reverend Katsuhiko Otsubo, Nidai Sensei of the Konko Church of Chicago, Reverend Mitsuko Yasutake, grandmother of Alex Yasutake, Mr. Bo Ladik and Mr. J. Carter, uncle and grandfather to Seth Carter, Mrs. Maria D. Bella, the wife of Massimo Cross, friend Giancarlo and Mrs. Sue Hickman, grandmother of Artemis Comfort. When welcoming these Mitama Spirit to today's service, I have also asked the Mitama Spirit of Reverend Katsuhiko Otsubo to lead them to the world of peace and joy in the next world. Konko Daji has taught, because humans are born through the blessing of Kami, they must also die with the blessing of Kami. Therefore, if a childbirth is a happy event, then this is a much happier event, since one become a Kami. The reason why death is so abhorred is because people have not yet developed enough peace of mind to accept death. Plus faith so that you will be blessed with peace of mind. There is no knowing when one is to die. It is determined by Kami. It is too late to practice faith after Christ has already arisen. People must always have faith which will be strong enough for crucial times. For me, the most important person passed away this year. His death has dramatically changed my philosophy of life and death. Death is not to be abhorred at all. It's not to be feared. It's nothing to be afraid of. This is a divine blessing of relief. I would like to tell you about the life or death of Reverend Katsuhiko Otsubo, who has had a great impact on me. Reverend Katsuhiko Nidai Sensei, the second headmaster of the Konko Church of Chicago, passed away on June 5th at 9:13 a.m. Chicago time. He was 76 years old. Since then, 100 days have just passed today. I revere him so much that this sudden news of his death gave me a shock, and tears flowed endlessly. At the same time, I could not help but extend my deepest appreciation to him. He was born as the eldest son of the Reverend Soichi Otsubo and Mrs. Isoi Otsubo, January 29, 1944, in Beijing, China. After repatriating from China with nothing, his father thought his faith up till then had been in a long way. It had only been seeking for blessings. So then he started to pursue the trail of Konko faith as sincerely and as hard as possible. He personally tried any faith training that prominent Konko leader had done. However, difficulties still overwhelmed him. Then he started training his faith to accept whatever happened and continue for 4.5 years and beyond. Whether Kami brought good or bad, his acceptance of everything was truly amazing, especially for these years. During those days, Reverend Katsuhiko Otsubo spent his childhood surrounded by his father's loving and fiery devotion and his mother's deep affection. Then he started to serve as a mediation seat for an hour every day at age 11. He entered the Konko seminary at 19, abandoning his desire for college in response to the wishes of all the believers following his father. From there, he sent a letter to his father saying, "I am in love with Kami-sama right now." He became a Konko minister at age 20. Since then, he did his best to help his father in all aspects of his church. He led the morning prayer service at the Konko Church of Chicago listened to his father's Gorikai teaching every morning, and since that was possible for 18 years as a minister. Even so, when he succeeded his father on October 19, 1982, he realized he had not practiced faith at all. On that day, his father, trying to proceed to his waiting room for his 4 a.m. silent prayer, fell down and could not move even an inch. Reverend Katsuhiko Otsuba Nidai sensei was astonished to suddenly discover by then that he had not deepened his heart at all. He realized how narrow-minded he was, like a thin crescent moon. Therefore, he eagerly wished to practice the true faith to deepen the peace and joy in his heart and become like a full moon. To his great pleasure, his father had clarified and manifested a way for anyone to practice to become a living kami. It was then he started to do his best as precisely as possible to accept each and every happening as kami's sake doing, respecting so as to renew himself and polish the Zen in his heart. While he practiced such faith, he listened over and over again to his father's teaching as many times as possible, all 8,813 recorded speeches. Nidai Sensei then systematized the Aira philosophy using these speeches and showed the way clearly for anyone to follow. He further studied the founder's life of faith through founder's own writings, both the memoir of Konko Daijin and record of revelations. He said the spirit of the founder always pointed him to the important part of those books and led him to clearly understand the faith life of our founder. He also said that it was done only by having his father's direct philosophy as his base. He said the founder's 2 books were human treasures for the entire religious world. Throughout his life, he poured his whole being into manifesting to the world both the faith of the founder and his father, Reverend Soichiro Otsubo's faith. He embraced anyone and was respected by those who got to know him. He wished to raise at least 100 people with divine virtue to be useful for Konko Kyo and save the world. He followed Kami's wish as sincerely as possible and fulfilled his life with Kami. His last words were, "I have nothing to say anymore," and enter into the next words smiling. At his funeral, Reverend Ichien Bell, his second daughter, gave a touching eulogy addressing her father, Nidai Sensei. Oya Sensei, you respect Nariyuki, the process of life, and each daily happening, and treasure by it more than anyone else. That was why you are loved by Nariyuki, and then you become a kami of Nariyuki. From now on, please lead me to deepen my faith through Nariyuki. Konko Daijin taught, after Konko Daijin's physical form is gone, he will go wherever asked. Those words could never be declared without such conviction, going beyond any ordinary human founder. Without testimony that he'd have to be a divine person, these would be unspeakable words. And like Konko Daijin, now Nidai Sensei goes wherever asked, anywhere in the world. He appears to anyone who respects Nariyuki and teaches important lessons of faith through Nariyuki. I learned a lot. I have done a lot. He gave his last words to the believers of Konko Church of Chicago on May 1st. The more I read this message, the more I feel it was not only for them, but also for all believers of the Konko faith. And moreover, it is a very message that all people in the world need to hear. Allow me to translate the complete message into English. Given the unprecedented situation of the spread of new coronavirus infections, I think it is time to answer the fundamental questions of what human beings are and what faith is. In the meantime, Reverend Hiromichi Konko, the successor to the fifth current Konko-sama, gave us the following guidance this year. Our start, looking forward to 10 years ahead. And I myself will practice faith on this very day. This is the ultimate devotion to this faith. I think our founder faith is concentrated here. Our founder was ordered by government to remove the altar fixture and suspend his mission in the 6th year of Meiji 1873. We call it removal kami. The divine divider was born through this great ordeal. Then the way was unveiled that opened the golden rule of human happiness. That is, Kami's blessing within peaceful and joyful hearts. From there, a new Konkokyo has been started. When I think of it, if we consider the situation of coronavirus as removal of Kami in Konkokyo, I greatly expect that a new Konkokyo will be born again. In that sense, in order to manifest the divine divider in our daily routine, we must set out our heart to practicing faith on this very day. We hope that we will strive to improve the content of the prayer, 5 requests and 5 practices we have learned so far through review and personal enrichment. Furthermore, each person should take responsibility to please, by all means, pray for the safety of all people and true world peace. The revelation of founder which resonated in me all the time was received in the 15th year of Meiji 1882. Those who have faith should not worry about the unexpected. There will be unexpectednesses not only in summer, but also in summer, in winter. No one is aware of the blessing of heaven and earth, which may enable people to live. Kami shall have people become aware of the blessing of heaven and earth by having Konko Daijin been born throughout the world, where the sun shines in every country without exception. Right now, in the midst of an unexpected illness called coronavirus, we have a great opportunity to have Konko Daiji be born throughout the world in every country without exception. I also feel it as a sign of the necessity and the response. Our founder wrote in 1877 the following revelation. How is Konko written? It is written with kanji character for golden light. Any person is inclined to look toward light. Gradually, people will come toward the light. He also gave this teaching to his disciple Reverend Jirohiro Kataoka. Konko means golden light shines as a flash of lightning. Light makes the world bright. Nothing can be seen when the world is dark. Anybody will be inclined to look toward the light. Look forward to the future about everything. From now on, things that we cannot even think or imagine will happen. In that sense, now is the time for Konkokyo. It is time for the true value of Konkokyo to be tested. In any sense, there is no doubt that we are in the midst of a major transformation. Once again, please ask yourself the fundamental question mentioned earlier about human life and faith. The divine reminder which is shown as the base of everything in this faith must be used as the base of each person's life. In that way, we shall be so useful within the 8-wave movement that all 8 waves of Konkokyo will be brightly illuminated. We so sincerely hope and pray to do just that. This is the entire translation of Reverend Katsuhiko Otsubo's message. Throughout his life, Reverend Katsuhiko Otsubo was burning with tremendous passion to reveal to the world the faith of both the founder and his father. Through the life and death of Nidai Sensei, I now clearly understand the last revelation of a founder received from Kami 19 days before he passed. For the sake of all people, and to save them, those who give me request, I shall sacrifice you. This is for the eternal dignity of Konko Dai divine virtue. Nidai life and death is a bright light for those who pursue the true way of Konko. He has just put the Iraq philosophy into practice as an ordinary person with such enthusiasm and became a divine person like our founder. He clarified both our founders and Lebanon social towards lives of faith and manifested the true way of Konko. He lives a fulfilled life with Kami and entered into the next world with nothing to say anymore. He was happy with his life, though it seems he sacrificed his life for us all. I truly wish to inherit the enormous passion of Yahweh Sensei. I'm burning with the desire to manifest to the world both our founder's faith and the Lebanon social orthodox faith. Thank you.